Hi guys, this is Sarah.
And I'm Dan.
And this is the Fitness Playbook, where we don't always play it by the book.
Yeah, I'm not doing the unison thing.
I know, okay.
No.
Fine, I'll take one for the team. Because in our earlier episodes, me and Dennis, we said it together. It started so corny.
And then Pearly and Dennis did it again, and I'm literally sitting there going, I am not doing that.
Guys, today we have a very, very, very special guest with us. We have Germaine.
Hello!
Who is a professional
Yeah.
professional fighter, and she's also a client in the gym that Coach Dan and I are coaches at the Playground Fitness.
Was I supposed to say that? Did you just say
So, Germaine, you look so good, man,
Thank
today.
I am
Special occasion?
Yes, I am wearing a very girly outfit to in conjunction with Women's International Day.
Woo-hoo,
It's the month
happy
of March.
Women's
Happy
Month.
Women's
Yes.
Day? Women's
Normally I
Month,
don't
Women's Day.
But then we celebrate the whole month.
Every day is
Every
Women's
day
Day.
is Women's
Every
Day.
day in the Playground Fitness is Women's Day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what did you do for the shoot?
So I'm dressed like this because we did a shoot at the office today. It's more from my personal content, so
Okay.
to post on social media. At the office we're having an issue with the ladies' toilets,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So apparently there's been blockages. There's been toilet paper everywhere. I don't know whether it's been used or not. And there's been like wet floors, wet toilet bowl, and it's pretty disgusting. So we had complaints from our from the neighboring offices that were sharing the toilet, and it got so embarrassing that our boss said, you know, we have to round out all the ladies and give them a tutorial on how to use
The toilet.
the toilets. So that's what we did. We round out all the chicks and be like, okay. So we did that awkward talk, you know, how you're supposed to be using, you know, use toilet paper.
What was the
issue?
issue with the
It's
toilet?
like either blocked or either use toilet paper or not. I don't know whether but it was all scrunched up all around because the sanitary bins were
Yeah.
full, so they'll just place it on
Holy
top
shit.
of
So
the.
it's more like
Okay, so I mean,
etiquette issues. Yeah, so I
And
thought...
the thing is, aren't being cleared fast enough, lah.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
like footprints on the toilet
Oh, so
seat.
people are actually squatting on the
On the
toilet
toilet
seats.
Yeah.
So it's a
So-
people thing, not a toilet.
Yeah,
Right?
it's pretty
It's
old
it sounds like-
toilets,
it sounds like a
but
mix.
yeah, it's a mix,
Right?
right? So the other floors didn't have an issue. It's just us.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we did, and then after that we had complaints again. So I thought of making a really
Funny
Funny
video to
video.
get the message across.
do's and don'ts for ladies. You know how to be a lady, how to be a lady. The etiquette. So yeah, so we did that today. It was pretty fun.
To be fair though, right? Okay, this is because when I was in the UK, I lived with predominantly like girls,
Okay.
and I noticed a trend. I don't know how true this is throughout because it's just from my small experience.
All right.
Girls tend to use more toilet paper than guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't know because some girls, according to my office, some girls
Okay.
use it on to just lay over
To
the
be fair,
toilet.
sit
I used to
on.
do that. I used to do that. So when I was younger.
Ugh.
Why? It's like hygiene.
I know.
I
You
was
know,
so paranoid of sitting on a dirty toilet seat. I literally would like take it and be like, carefully.
Oh, but I tell you what, doing all those squats now at the gym
Oh my god, yes.
gives me
yes.
the power to hover
I can
without
do-
holding.
I can do like a half squat confident and I'm like, thank
It's
God,
okay, it's
Viemos.
okay.
Step up heels elevated, come for me. Okay, so Germaine, what have you been up to these days if you're not fighting?
Okay, these days mainly just producing my own content.
Okay.
I always have like a job and then the creative side.
Okay.
And
So these are two separate things.
yeah, so the more conventional side of me will have like a job, a role, full-time job. It could be previously. Now I'm working in retail fashion
Okay.
in athleisure.
Ooh.
But previously it was in gyms, managing gyms, so that was more like, not really 9 to 5 sit at your desk kind of thing. But before that, I was in the banking industry for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so, well,
What
do
were
you
you
want me to start from the beginning?
What were you doing in the banking industry?
Okay, so graduated from university, studied engineering and business
Where?
at Warwick University in the
Okay.
UK, and didn't know what I wanted to do. Did my masters in engineering and business as well.
Oh my god, you just dabbled in everything.
And then came out, boom, financial crisis, 2008. Like, no jobs. And then trying to apply, couldn't get anything, couldn't go past beyond like you know how some corporates have like 5 levels of interview? It was so difficult, so like I think the furthest I got was the 4th level, and it was just so competitive, like, scarce jobs at the time. So I came back to Malaysia, and then went straight into the financial industry. Joined the graduate training program at a bank, a local bank, and because that's the only thing I was familiar with, because my whole family were in the financial line.
Okay.
So that's what I thought, like, okay, that's more,
That's what I was raised to
Makes-
do.
it makes sense.
Makes sense.
Exactly. Culture and all that. So the graduate training program was 2 years, and then finally I got confirmed in structured and banking products, and it's to do with like derivatives and all that. So like it was so close to the financial crisis. Everyone looked down at derivatives at the time, because they're like, that's what caused the whole collapse. Like, I can't believe you're one of them.
Was it 2008?
It was, I think I was absorbed in 2010, right?
Wow, okay, okay.
Yeah. But it depends, I mean, it boils down to who creates the kind of investment products and how they create it, and it depends on whether they're ethical or not, and how are they sold. But Malaysia is quite safe in that sense, that it's regulated in the sense to protect, because of the financial crisis. All the regulations were changed to protect the consumer. Yeah. Then.
So after banking,
Gosh, banking was like.
How was that, man?
It was
8
like
years, dude.
that environment was like not me. But then I felt like I don't want to be a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
So I
You just
toughed it
sussed it
through.
out.
Yeah, so you just
Dude,
put my head down. Yeah.
No way. I was in Celcom before, and same thing. It was corporate,
Corporate environment.
Corporate
lah,
environment,
yeah.
and I could not for the life of me. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't. I just couldn't. Going in every day, same crowd. You go up the same lift. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
You get off at the same floor. Go to your desk, and everything's the same.
Yeah.
Like, hats off to people that can do that, but I can't.
Yeah.
Not for me, because it's.
But at least you know that, like, you're aware of that at quite an early age. I kind of only figured out later, so at least you have the upper.
It was more of I sucked at my job, so,
I had no other choice.
so there was kind of a easy way out. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, recording sick leaves more than
Taking all your ELs.
Yeah, typical like, oh my cat is sick. Oh, kucing ada mama. Oh, kucing
the
ada
mom.
mama.
That's funny.
So after, when I was working in at the bank, I was still competing. I mean, I started competing in Muay Thai.
Okay.
I never competed when I first picked it up. In UK. That's why I picked up Muay Thai at uni.
Oh, so you've been exposed to it since uni.
Yeah. So since uni, I was just training for fun, for fitness. I really liked it because it was, to me it was dynamic. It was fast paced. So, and it's a pair thing. Like it depends on that individual, what that person's gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a dance. So it's always engaging in that sense to me, and that's why I liked it. Instead of like going for cross country run and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So came back, and the very structured environment of the bank probably pushed me more towards Muay Thai, because that was my outlet to
Yeah,
release
that makes sense.
everything.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So then I got more and more involved. Then next thing you know, I was competing. Then, so happened I represented Malaysia because there wasn't much competition at the time.
In Malaysia.
In Malaysia, yeah.
At the time, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Because it wasn't like mainstream sport, so it was quite.
Not back then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but at which point did you like make the full switch from banking to professional, or did you always
Both
juggle?
at the same time.
Always.
Yeah. So I used to clock in, at the height of like the hardest period of work, I used to do 16 hours a day.
Huh?
16.
16 hours.
So
you used to
I
work?
go into work like 9:30.
Okay.
And then we'll work. Sometimes I'll leave work at 8 or 8:30. Get to training at 9. Leave training at 11. Head back to work.
For what?
And then stay until 3 o'clock.
God.
And then the circle. So then I got worn out so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then-
you burnt out.
Yeah, so then I just thought, okay, you know what? That's it. I cannot deal with this. And I took a sabbatical from work.
Okay.
How
And
long
then
was your sabbatical?
I took 6 months
Okay.
to like figure out, okay, what do I want to do, you know? So at the end of the sabbatical, I decided not to go back into the corporate world and to just change it up a bit. So I started working for gyms. Then I understand more about like business startups because
Yeah.
what I was doing is really niche at the bank. So then that was quite interesting, and it was for an MMA gym. So then I got exposed to more martial arts,
Wow.
wrestling, BJJ,
But you,
Western boxing.
have you always been exclusively to one type of martial art, like Muay Thai, or did you dabble in a lot of other ones as
When
well?
I started working at the gym, the MMA gym, of course, I started doing quite a lot of BJJ, and I really started to enjoy it, right? And then then I got injured. My shoulder popped
During sparring or?
during
comp?
during training. During
just
training,
popped?
yeah, it just popped out. Because it was so many years of imbalances from Muay Thai, so I was I was
Yeah, because in Muay Thai, your stance is this,
Yeah.
right? So you need to be.
my
So posterior chain was
Rounded.
my posterior was so weak.
I see.
So I was just front all the time, like the front strength was okay, but the back was weak. No glutes,
Yeah,
nothing.
it's
no
very
arm
common in a
strength.
lot of like
Yeah.
MMA fighters, like my cousin as well.
Yeah.
So his stance, he's very used to this, right? So
Is
he
it the one who trains with you?
Yeah, so instead of having thoracic extension, it's this. His shoulders are very
constantly rounded.
It's constantly rounded because this is your guard, right?
Yeah.
So being in that guard constantly, getting used to that, all of this needs to be tense like that, as opposed to what we're supposed to be, which is this.
This.
I see. So at one point, were you like always like that?
Yeah, I was like that. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, this is my usual.
Oh, but look
So-
at you now,
so-
so
so-
straight.
Because it's like the usual. It's your guard. It's the thing that should be most comfortable in. So
I see. So when you got injured, and then you realized that about your imbalance, right?
Yeah.
And then was that when you pursued
Yeah.
training with Nick?
No. It took me a while to find Nick by chance
Oh,
through
wow.
CJ, but I just thought, okay, first time it popped at the gym, someone helped me put it back in. So then I was like, okay, don't do anything, blah blah blah, go see physio, whatever, do. And just continue training after that because I couldn't
You
like
can
help
stop, right?
myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't stop. So and then it came out and came out and came out.
how
and
many
came out.
times did it come out?
11 times in total now.
Holy
Okay,
shit!
okay, now
It
Okay,
got
good
so
time.
bad that once I tried to wear a jacket and it came out.
Okay, so now's a good time to segue into like what. So your approach to injuries back then would just be to just tough
Keep
it through.
training.
Just
Tough it out, and that's how they
Wow.
taught us at the gyms. Because
Yeah.
they didn't know any better. So
Yeah, it's-
they're like, oh, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the
So
old. It's very
that's how
old- it's
people
the
get
old-
worn
it's the
out.
old way. It's the old way.
Yeah. Like, oh, stop moaning, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough it out. That's how
Tough it
fight.
out.
That's how. Because you're trained to be a fighter, right? So you have to fight.
So every time it pops out, is it super painful?
Now it's not. Like, it feels like because it's not. It's not meant to be where it's meant to be. And then you can see it protruding out and stuff.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Is it a lot more stable
It's
now?
a lot
with
more
your training?
stable because I know which muscles to engage it in.
I see.
So now I'm like so conscious about like when I do stuff, like I start to engage my lats. I'm like my lats. Now I'm like everywhere I go, I'm like that.
I always, you know when you're doing the right pulls with Nick, and Nick is always shouting, "Lats, lats, lats." I can hear him from like the other end. I'm like, Germaine better engage her lats.
So what wasn't firing? Is it lats or
Everything.
was it the shoulder build at the back, like super semanas, super spinata and stuff like that?
I think it was more of the lats at the time,
Okay.
but I'm not sure. But I had also really weak, like no hamstrings, no glutes.
So that in that case, you posterior chain lock.
And then like everything was overcompensating for the left side, you know. Then it was just a total mess. And yeah, and then when I started training at Playground, Nick then explained the whole concept of strength training and why we need it. And the more I did it, I was like, holy moly! Okay. At least I didn't swear.
You can,
But yeah.
you can swear.
Hey, you're the most
You of all people.
couple macho now.
I'm so ladylike right now.
Holy moly, are you kidding
Literally,
me? Where the hell did
okay,
I
look,
come
literally
from?
every time in the gym, okay, we know Germaine is there when literally it'll be quiet in the gym, all we hear is some heavy, like some reps going, but the second we hear the bar rack, the second we go, Chiba, you.
Fuck, last time.
Yeah, we're just literally sitting down training our clients going, yeah, 2 more reps, Chiba, you.
Oh, Germaine's here.
Oh, she's here.
And there's been times where it's kind of like, oh yeah, is it what was it? Yeah, Germaine from the gym said, oh, you mean Germaine Chibai? I was like, yes, Germaine Chibai.
That's how he calls me. Hey, Chibai.
He learned it from you.
Okay, I have a question to ask you. So when you first learned about the whole concept of strength training, right? What was the thing that was a big wow to you? The thing that you learned the most? Because I think you've been training for a few years now, right? What was the most valuable thing that you've learned about strength training?
So, since I started doing strength training, my posture and injuries have been a lot less because I knew now I learn which muscles to engage and how to engage them. Before I didn't know how to even trigger them.
Yeah.
So then when you do a specific motion or when you go on to play your sports, then you'll be moving using the wrong set of muscle groups. That maybe you're overusing certain muscle groups.
Overcompensating, right?
And then that's when you get injured.
Yeah.
So this is the stuff that I really appreciate. Like I wish I knew this earlier. That I could incorporate into my training rather than like getting injured and then.
Yeah, it's more about body awareness now.
Yeah.
Body awareness, muscle and muscle engagement. It's about getting that mind-muscle connection.
Yeah, mind-muscle connection.
It's
Exactly.
not just about executing an exercise like A to B, but it's about what's the process? How do I feel and engage each muscle in order to feel the exercise?
Yeah, exactly.
Because like the issue with, when you have new clients that come to the gym, I'm sure you've had this as well. When we have new clients that come to the gym, they're always like, it's the worst when they've been going to the gym already by themselves.
Yeah.
I know.
They already have the bad habits.
Because they already have bad habits. Because they think
Yeah.
they know what they're doing. They think they're engaging their muscle, and then like classic one is like bench press. Yeah, bench pressing is like, okay, where do you feel this? Oh, triceps and shoulders. I'm like, nothing. Anything in your chest? No.
Yeah, and that's how we used to do.
Gotta fix that.
Yeah, crazy. So in martial arts training, especially in the culture of Muay Thai, the more is the better, right? So you do 100 push-ups, you do 100 sit-ups.
And it doesn't matter how.
Then my shoulders are always perpetually like that. 'Cause that's what I'm
Running,
doing.
yeah.
So it's just bad habits and stuff like that I picked up on.
Yeah.
And plus my immune system is stronger now.
Woohoo!
Yay! Like I'm not falling sick
as often
as before. Yeah.
Maybe your diet's gotten better as well.
Yeah,
right?
because of
Yeah. The one thing that I learned from Nick that I'll always remember, I think he remembered this as well in the lecture, he said, it's so much easier to teach someone a new habit than it is to reteach them
Yeah.
a bad habit.
It takes longer to unlearn a bad.
Unlearn a bad habit. Yeah.
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 That's something you notice with. That's why I say if it's a total newbie, great, because it's like they're supple. You know what I mean? They're whatever you teach them, they'll absorb very quickly.
Yeah.
They're like a sponge. It's like beginner games.
Yeah. But like if they've been going for a while and you always have people who think they know. Not to say they don't know what they're doing. Like I'm sure they know what they know because that's what's gotten them this far already.
Yeah.
But it's like they just power through it, and you got to be like, slow the fuck down. It's like stop.
Let's
do that
slow down
again.
the movement. Yeah.
It's like do that again. And they go no, do it again.
So yeah, people then have that perception, like if they don't know anything about weight training, first off, if it's for females, the first thing they think, the perception of weight training is, I don't get bulky. Especially in Asian culture,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my God, these things.
But the thing is, for girls, right? I always have clients telling me like, at the start during the movement training, can you make sure we don't go so heavy because I don't want to get too bulky. And I'm like, the thing is, right? If you were to build muscle that fast,
You think it'd be that easy?
you think it'd be that easy, but it's like the girls just don't have the same hormonal profiles as men.
Right.
Men have so much more like anabolic hormones than we do. That's why they gain muscle so fast.
So fast.
Yeah.
Even then, when you say fast, okay,
It's okay.
not that fast. Okay,
It takes time.
That is the number one
Plus
thing.
our Asian diet.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take us
That's
far,
the
you know?
one thing that
Like,
frustrates me the most about like being a coach. Sometimes it's when people are kind of like, it's like I don't want to get. It's like I'm gonna get too big, or I feel I'm getting big. It's like you train like what, once or twice a week, and you think you're getting big.
Or when their weight isn't going down on the scale, they're like, I think it's because I built muscle mass.
And then
You've come here 2 times. And you carried twice.
you've had one session.
That's fine. The weight should be going down.
Okay, if I put on muscle like that after one session, okay, I'd be competing professionally by now. And I'm literally just there like,
It's not as simple as it.
and I'm just like,
Yeah. How many times a week do you train?
here at Playground,
Yeah.
I try to get 4 times a week. And then if I'm lucky, get once of like Muay Thai in, just to have some
Spruce things
element.
up a little bit, yeah.
Because to me, weight training is quite mundane. To me, yeah.
It's a lot more structure, you can't go like wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
You gotta stick with the tempo,
you gotta
the
stick-
rest times.
and you have to stick with the program as well.
Program, yeah.
And that's another issue that we have as well. When clients are like, I'm getting bored of this. Can we do something else now? I'm like,
It's been 1 week.
did you be like, oh, are we doing the same thing? Oh, can we do something else? We're like, how are you going to improve
If you don't stick with the program.
if you don't do the same thing?
But sometimes I think they're just not aware that, especially with strength training, the
Yeah.
whole. So you have to take your time and explain to them, especially if they're complete beginners. Yeah.
The turning point is like, I don't know if you've had this as well. When you started, did you have moments where you kind of, I'm bored?
No, depends on what trainer you have, right?
Yeah, okay.
But unfortunately, mine doesn't have a sense of humor.
And
So that's why I find it mundane. I'm like, fuck, this hour is like long, yo.
Nick,
time is ticking.
Nick, for the record, I didn't laugh as hard as she did. So if you want to fire anybody, it's her, not me. I've opened your back.
I was just being polite to our guest. I take back the laughter. Nick, don't fire me.
But yeah, I mean, rest times, it's so strict. It's really so strict. Yeah, rest times, no talking. I tried to say that with a straight face. No.
And we're all laughing at this because whenever Germaine comes to train with Nick, it's rest time when they're just standing there and not talking.
There's at least 1.5 meters apart.
And Nick's just looking at his phone watch and just not making conversation at all. But I guess now I understand why it's important,
Yeah.
Because when I talked at the start, when I first started, I try to make small talk with my client. It always goes past the rest time. When they're mid-convo, you're like,
And then you cut them off and you feel like, you know,
I feel
that,
so bad.
right?
So right
And
now,
then you realize that your session, instead of being 1 hour, it's
it's
like
like
2
1 hour.
hours. I've been talking too much. What is...
So now I have like a no talking rule during rest time because I'm a chatter. So
Yeah.
if you start talking, I don't have any self-control. I won't be able to
Yeah,
stop.
same here. Oh, but you know what? Weight training to me, because it's so quiet and all I'm doing is observing when I'm resting, right? Then all these ideas, these wacky ideas come to my head. And that's where I come up with all the nonsense to make my videos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember Combination?
Yeah.
That was such a fucking good video, man. To this day, when I first saw that, I was like, holy shit.
Which video?
The one that she made for Combine.
Ooh.
So we had, so Playground, we had like a
Serious video.
yeah, we had a fitness comp last year, and Germaine made this fucking funny parody video, and the name of the comp is Combine, but then she named the video Combination. And it's so nice that you got Shang and Elise to join
Yeah,
the video
yeah,
as
because
well.
they were so natural at looking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just messing around
They
in
love
the gym.
messing around.
Yeah, I love it. It was so perfect. It was
Yeah.
so natural. Yeah, that clapping powder one, I
It was-
love the best.
Right?
The reaction was like,
The ball one?
because he was so serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys have to
Watch
watch it to understand what we're
We'll,
talking
we'll
about.
attach the link below.
Yeah.
So you know,
So I'm just going to quickly check the video, make sure it's still going.
okay, we're gonna pause a little bit. We need to check the battery.
Hello.
Welcome back. Battery restored.
Yep.
Okay, so I wanted to ask one last thing. You know, with juggling like your full-time job and being a social media presence, right, and like gymming and like that, how do you have time to juggle all these different things? Like, how do you have a work-life balance?
I don't know. I just try my best. Like, honestly, it's not like I push content out all the time on social media. The best part is about making your own content. There's no timelines. There's no script.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow nothing at all. You can just do it as and when you feel like it. But the problem is sometimes when you do the funniest things, it's not captured because you're alone.
Yeah.
So then, like,
that's worse.
yeah, and then at work, it's like if you get overly consumed at work, and then you don't have the mood to
Create content,
create
yeah.
content. Yeah, exactly. So then, I don't know. I somehow manage, but it's not on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I think one thing about managing your own content, your own channel, your own page and stuff like that is that you need to be so disciplined to be able to, you know,
create content.
create content is one thing, but like, you know, okay, I'm gonna post on this day, or like, let's say on Tuesday, you should.
Yeah, but then
today's
how
day, I
how
have to
does the
post.
spark come when you're just like deadlines?
But that's the thing, like, if you
know?
like, I know a few people like my girlfriend, for example, she always has content ready, so she knows like the
Like
day
the
coming.
bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran out of that. I used all of that shit already.
Like,
Like
my
seriously.
Instagram page, like when I started, I was like, okay, I started this year thinking I'm gonna post more pictures on Instagram because I've got a photography account, and
Yeah.
yes, I know I should be creating a fitness account as well, coming soon.
Not for me.
So like, I have so many pictures, okay, which I'm like, I'm gonna post this one next. That was like in January.
Dude, but you have a literal bank that you can actually.
But he has to
type
go
in.
through them and see like how.
But he's already edited them,
Oh,
haven't
right,
you?
have you?
Yeah.
Literally just have to press the
I have
upload button.
I have a lot of pictures which are ready to upload.
I know how you feel though. Like
It's just
yeah.
that step of
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
doing it,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah. But it does to a certain degree. It does take a lot of discipline to be, because you're managing your own time. You're doing it yourself.
Dude, I used to like, all right, get my friend. All right, we're gonna take pictures of me working out, and then I bring like 5 outfits. And then I'll be like, change outfit, but like just hold the dumbbell like that, and then change outfit again, and then like hold them. And then it looked like I worked out like throughout a series of weeks. And then I'll be like,
Why did
posting
you
it
change outfits for?
to look like
different
another
day.
day.
Okay, that's not that. It's like,
That's quite.
oh my god,
But
that's such an
that's-
Instagrammer thing.
That's
to
such an
do.
influencer thing to do.
Right. But now I can't do that shit no
Because
more.
you're a
Full-time job.
Yeah. So now I just have that tripod there, and then it'll just capture whatever, you know. But
Yeah.
that's the best part. Sometimes it captures like people's
No.
reactions.
I always mess with the tripod as well. There's so many times that she's recording.
Why?
No, she's recording something.
I'm bending over, for example,
and
right?
then all
And
of a
then
sudden,
he'll put
you
his
and
finger.
then a finger just comes out. And the best part is, Nick stays quiet, right? But Nick can see what I'm doing. You just see him go. And the best part is he's recording it sometimes, and he sees me sneaking in the background. He just looks at me. He's like, records.
I don't know how he can keep
keeps
such a
straight.
straight face.
I don't know, man. He'll
Like
be
he's
so good at poker.
number
Yes,
one
he
at
records.
like no expression games.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
Yeah, like when you look at it, it's just like a blank abyss. Like, what emotion are you feeling right now? But it's good when you're coaching because you want someone who's like really garang, you know? I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, probably. I guess
No,
if I
because-
had you as a coach, we'll do
Oh my
nothing.
god, the both of you is chatting non-fucking stuff.
So we were talking in the gym, right? And then like more girls started to join in. And then we looked at the clock and like literally like 8 minutes passed and I thought it was 30
Oh
seconds.
my god.
And this is how you're self-training, right?
Yeah. Oh
Worst-
man, so
I have-
That's why
man.
you need a stopwatch, man. Or like, set an alarm on your phone when it's 1 minute, it like sounds.
There's so many. I have Z. You know Z, my
Yeah.
client. Yeah. She is the worst when it comes to talking. To the point that whenever the angels come to
Yeah.
train, right? I'm literally just like. The second she walks in, I'm like, nope, you there, you there, you there. All of you, separate corners of the room, no talking while warming up.
You gotta like separate all of them.
And then I walk away for a while, and then next thing I hear, I turn around,
Have you met Z? She's actually such a fun person to talk to. So
She
that's
is.
that's why that's
She-
the problem.
She just has,
Man.
she can like just roll,
She can talk.
like, yeah,
Conversation,
roll
it's
with the
like-
flow.
There's
I just feel
literally,
like chatting right
there's
now.
literally been times where I'm training another client and she's self-training somewhere else, and I see her she just like roped in somebody else's client and I have to like shout across the room, Zay,
Finish.
stop talking.
But at the end of the day, this proves that the gym is a social environment.
Yeah,
It is
definitely.
someone's escape from, their hard stress.
Day-to-day.
Yeah. So that's why communities like this exist, and which also serves the purpose of getting fitter and all that. So
course.
yeah.
It's, I was just thinking this like a few days ago, as a gym, you can have like the best equipment, best location, like the most high spec you can think of. But if you lack that community, that connection in the
Yeah.
gym,
Yeah.
that's gonna stop you from coming again over
Right,
and over. Yeah.
right.
Because when you come to a gym, you wanna feel like, oh, this is my second home.
Yeah.
Like I know everyone here, we're on a first name basis.
And you get
Yeah.
introduced to someone new through someone you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not like some random person goes,
Yeah.
hey,
Like the
Oh, heavy
I
eye
can,
squat.
I can bench.
that's the thing. It depends.
Like
if you go to
Like your form.
If it's
Oh
like a
god,
commercial gym,
Jesus.
if it's like a commercial gym, if somebody would come up to you and say that, I don't know. For me, if it was a commercial gym, if like let's say you were squatting and come up to you, be like good form or whatever, and like suddenly randomly saw you, it would be like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, I
guy?
know, right?
Stop.
Freak.
He's so,
Freak.
he's
Stop perving on me.
yeah, exactly, right? But
Or you'd be like, ooh, who's he?
It's either
it's,
that
actually one or the other. It's a very polarizing. Oh my gosh. Oh my
Remember? Oh, you guys like, banter amongst yourselves. We girls are pretty bad too,
We
Like,
know.
yeah.
Let me. Can I say his name? Can I say his name?
No.
Please,
Yeah.
please, fine. Let's call him.
A. Mr. A.
I was going to use the first letter of his name.
No,
to make it
no, no,
fine.
no.
Like Mr. A was in the gym and I was there talking to him and stuff. Like I was talking to him. She was over there literally having a wet dream. She was literally over there going,
I could not keep my mouth closed.
every time you pass, they were just like,
No more.
Hey.
yeah,
hey, what's up?
every time he walked by, she's like totally cool. Right? And like literally I finished talking to him, I went off, I was at my laptop, Germaine came up to me and was like, how do you talk to him and not get wet? And I'm just like, calm the fuck down.
And then there's Shah as well.
Shah is just as bad as you two. Oh no, like you when he, I think it was like when he said hi to you, he like did the whole like European like kiss you on the cheek thing. And she came up to me. He kissed me on the cheek. And I was like,
you just kissed me on the cheek right here.
and she even made the like that, and I was just like, you're married.
To be honest though, if he did exhibit any interest, we would all be like fucking freaked out. Yeah. Because we knew that we could not get
Exactly.
this. That's why we were like, yeah, Otherwise we wouldn't have
these kind of reactions.
Yeah. We wouldn't be this raised.
The fact that it was so random that you came up to me out of nowhere, it's like, only you can go up to me and talk without getting wet. And I'm just like,
only you can.
I had to say it to you. Whisper it in your ear in a dark, deep voice.
I was like, hey Sarah, can you get me a drink? I was like, okay. He's like, okay. Cool.
Because he was by the sofa. That's funny. So, okay, a bit more serious question now. What advice would you give to a younger Germaine? Maybe like,
rest when you're injured.
That, obviously, strength training. Yeah. And from like a general experience perspective, I don't know where to draw the line, but there is a very fine line of balancing your own experiences and skill in relation to, like, say, relationships between friends or partners. And when you try and balance, sometimes you bring down or you undercompensate, like you don't want to overshadow them, right?
Yeah.
Out of respect. But then sometimes in the long run that might be detriment to your own self in terms of your career or whatever you wanted to do or how people. So then that's what you perceive to think that, okay, that's how how we should behave to have a good relationship, a healthy relationship, but actually it can be quite detrimental to your own self. So I wish I kind of like
knew that earlier.
But the thing is, I wouldn't have known if I didn't go through it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. So actually, it's these experiences that actually mold you into who you are today.
Yeah. So
that was
just go with the flow.
Go with the flow, guys.
Don't
Set
worry
the bar
if you.
low.
Yeah. If you don't make mistakes and stuff, you never know. So
Exactly.
just go hit the wall or something.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, not literally.
What would you tell yourself if you could go back in time?
What would I tell I wouldn't tell. Like I would be like.
I'd like just keep doing whatever you're doing, man.
You
I
just
don't
have
wanna...
to.
Yeah, exactly. I've thought about this many times. If I could go back and
If you tried to tell yourself, yourself wouldn't listen to
you and
now.
Yeah, exactly. If I were to go back in time and be like, this is going to be your girlfriend in the future, I'll just be like, nah, mate.
You're punking.
Nah, mate. Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
I feel you.
So like, if I always thought all I would say when I go back would be like, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Just take it easy. Take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Maybe avoid this person in the. No.
Like even now, at this point, I think we love to have really high expectations of ourselves, right? But at the end of the day, the thing that you can fully control is today. Like you don't know how tomorrow's gonna turn out, so you can do as much planning as you want down the road. But at the end of the day, like things don't go according to plan. They just need to like adapt, evolve.
Yeah, but the younger me was more conscious about how I was perceived by other people.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
I think that's everyone though.
Yeah.
To a certain extent,
and then
everybody.
like the way I behaved and stuff does not reflect who I am inside. But now it's
we know the
coming
real.
out.
Yeah, we
The
do.
real
Germaine.
See, saying that in unison was fine because it was organic.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, fine. We'll stop doing it for the future episodes. Dennis and Pearly, if you're listening, take note. We're not doing the unison thing anymore.
Unless they're swearing together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Swear together, it's fine.
Alright guys, okay, so thank you so much Germaine for having us.
Well, thanks for.
Technically, we had her.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
thank you so
yeah,
much
this
for
is
joining
second
us.
time show.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I was like,
Germaine.
yeah, welcome.
First,
to
you said thanks for
Because I
having
didn't
us,
the
and like,
dance
didn't
house.
this is my house. Okay. First, it was like,
Guys, it's really late, okay? Give me a break.
But yeah, thanks for having me.
There we go.
And it was a fun
Thanks for joining
session.
us.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So
We have to do another episode
again.
too
Yeah.
with you.
round two,
Yeah,
Germaine.
Round two.
Ding ding.
Ding ding. Alright guys, thank you so much. Bye.
Adios,
guys.
amigos.